Good afternoon, Mr. Williams, and good afternoon, all those who are tuning via all means. Welcome to this 43rd briefing of the NEOC. I want to highlight Leswise's shirt. He's very tropical today. Maybe he could have invited me to be as tropical as him today. Let me acknowledge all the nurses. It's nice when we can highlight you. Actually, my mother was a nurse. She practiced nursing in the Dominican Republic for many years. So kudos to all the nurses. My report today begins with a number of activities that we would have gone through today. Dr. Laws would have mentioned one of the key meetings that we would have had today, and that was the meeting with the church leaders. It was a very fruitful meeting, very encouraging, stimulating, as I myself endeavor to go to church soon and very soon. The meeting was held with the Christian Council and the Evangelical Association and some other key pastors. Some of the deliverables of the meeting that we discussed was the duration of service and the number of services that can be held in one day, the transitioning period between services in terms of sanitization, having to sanitize the church before another group comes into worship. We look at the sanitization program, having maybe make health wardens that will clean and carry out also safety precautions before, during, and after each service. We also spoke about the vulnerable groups, persons with underlying conditions, and also our elders in the church. However, we noted that even though the UN classifies an elderly from the age of 60, we know that now the 60s and the 60s the new 50 and 70s the new 60. So we looked at some of these measures to see how we can reach an agreement in the interest of public safety. And we also looked at some of the measures such as physical contact and the capacity of the churches using the 6 feet distancing north, east, south, and west. We will have a further discussion to include a broader base of faith church leaders, and this will be held on the 14th of March, 2020 at 10:30 a.m. If I am not mistaken, Dr. Laws would have announced that the venue for this meeting will be at the Antioch Church here next to NEMA. Subsequent to that, we had a meeting at about 2 p.m. today with the Marine Resources to discuss a proposal that was submitted by Mr. Mark Williams, director of this said entity, in terms of how do the fishermen are able to conduct fishing activities during the full lockdown days and also fishing at nights. We spoke about hygiene protocols, the capacity of vessels as per their sizes, and we also look at security. We also discussed security concerns and the sale of fish through the fisheries and also the storage of unsold fish by the fishermen. So we look at a broad section of thematics that we needed to address. I am hopeful that going forward we can come to an understanding where we can make some submissions on behalf of the fishermen for action. The St. Kitts Athletics and its corporate partners, Flow and First Federal Credit Union, for the month of May have partnered with Rams and Valumat to make available food baskets for donation. This exercise is being carried out in both St. Kitts and Nevis. So the general public is hereby encouraged to support this exercise by donating dry and canned goods when leaving the following establishment. 1. Rams Supermarket and Buckley's. 2. Rams Cash and Carry. 3. Rams Supermarket Boardwalk. 4. Rams Express at Royal Plaza. 5. Rams Supermarket and Nevis. And 6. Value Mart and St. Kitts and Nevis. The compliance team continues to carry out its work. Today, they would have visited a total of 46 businesses. From the stats that I have before me, the percentages are showing that businesses are becoming more and more compliant. To us, that is a plus as we seek to continue the fight against COVID-19. You keep hearing that it's an all of society's approach, and the business sector has to play their role. So I want to applaud those businesses who continue to comply, and those businesses who needs to become compliant. I'm asking you to do so expeditiously. As we celebrate International Nurses Day today, we recognize the exceptional work that our nurses have been doing during this fight against COVID-19. Dolores Gomes is a clinician and retired nurse who worked in several countries. She is currently the founder and secretary of Rentals. Rentals, the acronym stands for the Retired Energetic Nurses Touching All Lives, based in St. Kitts. She has presented red roses to members of Rental today and will do likewise for those at the JNF come Friday. They are going to donate a total of 175 red roses to the nurses. I would like to read the following. I will try to go slow so that Ms. Jacob could follow. It is a well-known fact that nurses are the backbone of the healthcare delivery system. One may find such documentation in every nursing journal and in every reference written. Nurses are the global workforce in primary, secondary, and tertiary care institutions within the private and public sector. The critical role that nurses perform cannot be overlooked and is worthy of the highest praise or commendation. I applaud all nurses around the world working during this time of COVID-19. Thank you. You are blessed and loved. Let us celebrate a day just for you on May 15th. We'll call it Love a Nurse Day. Each year, Florence Nightingale Day is celebrated on May 12th by the International Council of Nurses. Around the world, it is known as Nurses Day. The theme this year, Nurses, a Voice to Lead, Nursing the World to Health, is most appropriate. This is precisely what nurses are doing today with COVID-19, risking their lives and that of their families. In August of the year 2000, at the Hilton Hotel, Trinidad, the incoming president of the Caribbean Nurses Organization said in her speech, and I quote, "The health of a nation is the wealth of a nation." Today, those words are echoed in every country affected by COVID-19. Leaders around the world are allocating, lending, borrowing, or making money, but it is important to note no one can create a ready-made nurse. Nurses are all human, created by the Creator to care for His people. Let us love nurses and treat them with respect. One cannot visualize a hospital or health institution functioning without nurses and the other healthcare workers. There is a poem called No Indispensable Man, but in times like these, I can see nurses, doctors, and healthcare workers becoming indispensable. In every health situation, nurses must be at the forefront with little or no recognition. I appeal to government leaders to step up to the plate and recognize nurses for who they are. Annette Kennedy, president of ICN, states, and I quote, "Together as nurses, we hold the power to influence, to drive change, and to call for action. Only nurses hold a unique understanding and in-depth knowledge about patient history, diagnosed healthcare needs, personal worries, and concerns of patients, family, and more," end of quote. It is the nurses who knows and understand all that is required to administer care to patients and not the policymakers, politicians, doctors, social workers, or other disciplines. Nurses need to be recognized this informal power which is unique to the nurses. The time has come for nurses to represent nurses and be on every health board speaking to nurses. Only nurses can do nurses best. All nurses, healthcare workers, thank you for your dedication, faithfulness, resourcefulness, creativity, humanity, and perseverance in these troubled times. May 15th, it's Love a Nurse Day. Send a nurse a red rose. Show her that you care. To the rest of us, let us adhere to the instructions given by the COVID-19 National Task Force and keep our federation healthy. Who cares for the nurse and the healthcare workers? It is you, it's me, the whole community. Join me in sending a nurse a rose with love. Colleagues, as we nurse the world back to health, I pray that God protects and bless you abundantly. Happy Nurses Day from a nurse who cares. I wish to continue with my acknowledgement by also bringing to light the donation that was made by Quartz Limited. And Quartz would like to let the populace of St. Kitts and Nevis know that today, more than ever, we are by your side. The Unicommer Group continues to donate in countries in which we operate to assist the fight against COVID-19. Today, we are donating 2 forehead infrared thermometers to JNF Hospital and NEMA. To you, I say thank you on behalf of these institutions. I also wish to highlight the community policing group. During the state of emergency and accompanying curfews and lockdowns, one group that has been undoubtedly depressed is the children. There has been and will no doubt continue to be limited opportunity to socialize for a long time. The leadership of the Explorers Youth Clubs came up with the idea of holding a virtual concert as part of the Explorers' response to COVID-19. Police Inspector Rosemary Isles Joseph, therefore, reached out to parents of children in all the Explorers Club and invited parents to encourage their children to do some performance at home. They were asked to videotape it and submit the video. Technical assistance was then sought and provided by a parent whose children are members of one of the Explorers Club. This exercise resulted in the production of about a 1.5 hour duration video featuring a total of 49 children in these videos who were reciting poems, dramatizing, singing, dancing, and drumming, amongst other things. The video production has been posted on the Explorers Facebook page and YouTube, and you can also find it on the NEMA Facebook page. The production slogan, Explorers, Conquerors, and Overcomers. Explorers may be locked down, but they will not stay down. We want to thank Good Entertainment for we thought it's good entertainment for the entire family to watch during curfews and lockdown days. Enjoy quality time with the Explorers virtual presentation. And finally, I want to acknowledge that unanimous person who donated a very nice, simple gift to Miss Christmas Jacob. To you, we say thank you. I told Miss Jacob she lived in the country now that she can speak as well. Because when she finishes here, she always comes and have a little conversation. To you, Miss Jacobs, we say thank you for the sacrifice that you make every day to be here. So we look forward to your questions at this moment.